Hey guys, how's it going? I'm outside today in a super good mood because just yesterday we filmed a garden tour in snow. And look at the landscape today. Just look at it. Look at all that water. I love it. The plants are probably so happy. And it's also supposed to get up to 50 degrees and we have a little break in the rain when the sun is out, so it just feels wonderful out here. So I'm hoping to get a few things done, like taking out the garbage, and also I've got to haul in some wood, and I want to give you guys a little tour, a look inside of our root cellar. I've talked about it a lot, about how creepy it is, and so now today you guys are going to get to witness the horror. So there it is. That's the roof of it, where there's that little mound of soil, and you access it from our potting shed. So let me set my garbage down. I have to be careful too because the door is broken. There's so much we have to replace right now. So the door is cracked from here all the way down. So that's kind of where it opens from, and it's probably all swollen from the rain. All right, so I think I can squeeze in. I hope you guys can see in here really well. It's a mess, I'm not gonna lie. So I have silver lace vine growing on the mound out there, and it comes through the cracks in the potting shed, and I just haven't had a chance to come in here and clear it out. Like, it looks kind of pretty. Let's see. Especially in season when it's like green and blooming in here, it's really quite pretty. But I hardly ever come in here, so like all the supplies that I just kind of plunked here kind of get forgotten about almost. I've got some cute stuff in here. But this is the root cellar. I might have to get my phone out and use it as a flashlight, we'll see. So first of all, has a lock from the outside, which is creepy in and of itself. And there you have it. Ugh. Let me see if shining a light in here would make it a little better. Yeah, it looks like a place that would be on one of those haunting shows, like where they're looking for ghosts and stuff, to me. There is, up here, ooh, big old spider webs, gross. Oh, I don't even like being in here. So there was at one time an electrical socket that worked, I'm assuming, that cast some light in here. And now there's just a bunch of spider webs. And like, it's not a sound structure. I mean, look at their water's coming in. It's not, like, it would take so much restructuring and stuff to make this room nice and functional that I just don't think it's worth it. All right, Russell, let's roll. Ugh, I feel like I have spiders on me right now because of that. Russell, did you come out? Oh, good. Russell made it out. So I hope you guys can see now why I do want to get rid of the root cellar. So that concrete like tube that comes out, that's actually the vent. So there is air down there. But what I'm gonna have done is the whole thing's gonna be removed. Like, they're just gonna punch in the top and just remove all the concrete, bring in some fill dirt, and just level this whole area out to get ready for our next project. Anyway, I thought you guys just might enjoy kind of seeing what was going on down there, especially since it won't be there for long. So I'm gonna empty out the trailer that's attached to our lawn tractor, and that's what I'm gonna haul wood in. See, I've always got it all stocked up with the stuff I use out in the garden, so I'm just gonna take those things out for the moment. So this is our wood pile right here. It's right behind our barn, and you can see the back formal garden there. And it looks like it didn't get covered proper the last time we got wood, so some of it's a little bit wet, but that's okay. I'm going to be stacking it under a porch. It'll have a chance to dry out. So we don't heat our house primarily with wood. We do have a furnace. Actually, our house has a couple furnaces, one on the old side of the house and then one on the new. And the one on the new side of the house, which it's not new, it was built in the 80s, it is starting to die. Like, the motor needs to be replaced, and it's really hard to regulate heat in that house. It's just kind of situated oddly. So since it's got the motor going out and we do need a new AC unit, we were planning on doing that later on this spring, we are getting the whole thing replaced. So for the next 2 weeks, we're heating with wood and not running the furnace. So it's been a little bit of a chore, but I'm super thankful that we have the option to do that. But I feel like I have a newborn again because Aaron and I are taking turns every other night. But we have to get up and stoke the fire every 3 hours to keep it going, to keep Benjamin's room nice and warm. So I'm thankful that the rain held up a little bit so I can get some of this wood hauled. We need new tarps, apparently. So I'm up here by like the balcony and the great room side of our house. We take the wood in through those double doors because that's the room where our fireplace is. And so I'm gonna be stacking the wood right there. You can see the diaper genie out here. We're at a point right now where it has to live outside, otherwise our house would be super stinky, but that's life. So the wood will be underneath that overhang right there, so it'll be protected from any more rain or elements, and it stays nice and dry, and then it's close by. Taking a little break from wood hauling, so Benjamin, hey Benjamin. So Benjamin and I can go on a little walk. He loves to be outside. Are you so happy, baby? He always gets a little bit perturbed at me when we have to go back inside. Don't you, bud? I love that he loves being outside so much. It bodes well for the future. Looks like Aaron's gonna take over for a little while. And there they go. So that's what the next hour is gonna look like. I'm gonna just be going back and forth from the barn to the house with wood. Aaron and I usually work on this together, but he is not feeling good today. I think he got whatever I am getting over right now, which is no fun. And it's starting to rain a little bit, so we'll see how long I last. Also, it's super hard to get things done when this is watching from inside. Hi, baby. You are so cute. Also this, Russell. Alright, so I am done hauling wood for the day. I think I did 6 loads. I kind of lost count. But let me show you, I got quite a bit up here. It could probably be stacked a little neater, but you know what? It's going to burn just the same. So we started just with the one little stack right here, and then there was a few pieces on the ground, and I brought over all the rest of it. Perfect. We try to keep it off of the patio if possible, and then also I stack it in a way where it does not touch the house either. All right, so now I think I'm just gonna go tidy up behind the barn a little bit because I didn't really realize how much stuff was back there still, and that's kind of the type of jobs we do during the winter, a lot of maintenance and organizing and cleaning, and I think I might just stop at that today because, I don't know, it does look like it's gonna stay fairly nice, but I can like feel I feel like I'm getting sucked in a little bit more congestion anyway, so I probably shouldn't push it too much. So let's head back to the barn and do a little cleanup. So back behind the barn, there's the wood pile again, and then I'm just gonna be cleaning up all of these extra tarps. We had wood all the way to where those bales of compost were, and we have used through it. It's kind of amazing. And then I've got some leftover greens that I had sitting back here for holiday projects, and I just never used them. A couple bags of extra mulch. A container I thought I cleaned out, but apparently I did not. And then up against the barn, it's kind of like just, I don't know, back stock of things. There's some pavers and bricks that we have fairly neatly stacked. I don't know, at least they have their own space. There's a composter that does still have stuff in it. And my composting bins, which I have been putting stuff in. I put a lot of stuff in the fall. Uh-oh, this must have blown in. and they were completely full, and look at how much they have like shrunk. It's amazing how fast it happens too. I've got cinder blocks here, extra containers, a couple extra. These were the black containers from Plow and Hearth that I brought back here because they were full of water. Some pallets, some windows. I don't even think I know where those windows go. And then just some miscellaneous rocks and cinder blocks. And then I know I have talked about my favorite gardening tools a lot, like my Felcos and my kangaroo puppet bag and all those sorts of things. But honestly, this right here, we have a John Deere lawn tractor with a trailer attached, is probably the most used thing on our property. I don't know what I did without it, honestly. Aaron got this to mow the lawn, and I've kind of stolen it a little bit. It's always hooked up to the trailer, and I usually always have my stuff in it, but I haul all sorts of things all over the place: mulch, soil, wood, and just garden debris. It's just a wonderful thing I am so thankful to have. All right, so now for the unfun bits. So that about does it for the tidying up back here. It does look a little bit better. I hopped onto the other side of the fence and got the big weeds, but it's pretty wet and muddy, so I tried to blow off like the extra little debris on these boards, which I think these are extra, like, I don't know. I think they're the same wood that's on our patio and balcony. They must have had leftover. It's kind of nice though. It does keep the wood up off of like just plain mud. It kind of creates a surface, but I'll have to come out here later when it's dried up a bit and kind of scrape this dirt off and clean it up a little bit more. And I did decide to hang on to these branches because they are really nice still, and I might use them for some arrangements. So I'd like to know that they're still back here for a little while. And then I just tidied up right here, just stacked the bags, and then this is completely frozen, like completely frozen. So I was able to kind of pop the plants off right at root level there, but I won't be able to clean the container out for a little while yet. So I do think I'm gonna call it a day at this point, but I'm gonna swing by the vegetable garden so I can give you guys a closer look at my garlic. In the garden tour that we just put up, there was snow on the ground, so it was kind of hard to see, so I didn't really show. There's not a whole lot to see anyway, but I thought I'd give you an update just the same. So this is one of the garlic beds here. There's 5 rows of Italian garlic, 70 cloves planted in total. Not much action so far. I mean, I can see like very sporadic growth, which that happens sometimes. Sometimes you don't get any growth in the fall and they just pick up in spring and start growing. I think there's more action in the second bed though. Oh, and while we're at it, could you guys give me suggestions for a centerpiece in the garden? So this is a base of an old fountain that I had just hanging out. So I tossed some flowers in it just as kind of a placeholder, but it's definitely not what I want to keep there. I'm not sure that I want to do a fountain. I do have electricity right back here, so it's possible. But I was thinking of doing an in-ground planting of some sort, like a big sphere boxwood with lavender around the base, or something of that nature, something a little more permanent, because there's a lot of hardscape going on here, you know, with the structure of the beds, the fence and arbors. There are going to be several concrete elements over here. So I don't know if I really want to do something like really rigid like that or something green and growing. Anyway, I would love your opinions. There's some spinach that looks nice and green and kind of brown. All right, this is the second bed here, and you can see right there, there's a few, I don't know if you can really see them that well. There's a few just hanging out here. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the spring, and I've already got kind of my ideas. I mean, we just did that kind of seed organizing video, and I wrote a list of all the things I do want to grow. So I'm kind of trying to figure out the schedule of how I'm going to plant everything in here, which I'll share with you guys later on, because I want to make the most out of every square inch of space that I have here. I want to be able to not just grow for us, but like last year we gave some to the food bank, and we would like to continue to do that. So I just want to be efficient with my space. So anyway, this is a video full of random chores, kind of like all of my vlogs. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go inside and get cozy by the fire. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.